Hi Horizon, we're back with Smart, and today we have a really fun project. We're going to work with Model Magic. You guys worked with Model Magic actually when you were in first grade here at Horizon, if you were here, and you made animals. This is the same type of clay, except today we're going to do some techniques with you that are different, slightly different with clay, and we're going to make a coil pot. So the first thing I want to do is share with you guys how to color your white clay. So everybody's going to get a piece of white clay. What I want you to do is, along with this video, I want you to do this with me. So take a piece of the white clay. So if you have a big piece of the white clay that you get like this, I want you to take a piece and I want you to work with me. So maybe like a fourth of it. Okay, so just break it in half and then break it in half again. I just want a little bit, about thumb size, so it's about the size of my thumb, just kind of a piece. And then what I want you guys to do when you have it in your hands, make a pancake for me. Make a flat pancake, or it can be square, it won't matter the shape, we're gonna fold it. And you're gonna have a marker of your choice in hand. So I want you to both have the clay ready and a marker in your hand. I have purple. What we're gonna do is we're gonna color this purple. So I go ahead and color the clay. I mark on it, and I'm transferring the ink from my marker onto the clay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to set my marker down, and then I'm going to fold this in, and I'm going to start kneading my clay. This is actually what you do for all clay, even the fire kiln clay. You knead it. Knead it is kind of getting the air bubbles out, kind of mixing up all the clay around, making sure. And when you do that, you start to see that it's going to marbleize. Okay, it's going to have some of that purple in there, and it's mixing with the white. So once it starts to do that, then you get the marker out again, and you go at it again. And you keep going in until it's at a dark enough shade that you like with your marker. So I'm going to mix this again. I like to fold it on the inside so it doesn't get on my fingers, but if it does, it's washable, so it's totally okay. The markers are washable. So you just keep kneading your clay and mixing it in, and it's basically turning the white clay kind of a purple. So you can see it's slowly doing that. So I'll go ahead and do some more. You can do other colors together, meaning you don't have to just do purple. You can mix purple and red. You can mix, the colors like you guys have learned to mix colors. That's not a problem with your markers. But when you mix all of them, or when you mix the three base primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue, when you do that, it will turn brown. So you'll see this clay pretty quickly turn brown. And once you have it a certain color, you can't go back. So just to let you know, you want to kind of think what color you want and kind of keep going with that. This is going through pretty good. Let me do another round so you guys are seeing how I'm doing this. Just basically getting all kinds of the color on there to kind of turn it a certain color that you want. And that's basically it. That's kind of how to get the color in here. Whoops. And you can see when I knead this together that it's really starting to kind of turn purple. And it'll take a couple rounds to kind of really get that, mixed in there how you want it. But the more you keep kneading it, it'll come. Here's one that I did that's green. You can see that, we did that's green. So it will continue to turn, and I love this marble effect. So you guys are going to see all kinds of cool effects and experiments with this art, and it may make your brain decide what you want to do with your project. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part I would like for you guys to do with me also, we are going to do a coil. So I don't know if you guys have done coils before, but coils are snakes basically with clay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of clay. What I like to do to start off is I kind of try to make it look like a stick. I try like an even stick, so I kind of squeeze it in my hand. You can see the hand marks on it, my fingerprints on it. I like to do that. Then I'll go here, and in my palms right here, I'm pressing on the clay, and I'm trying to make it even. You guys have probably done this before, but just practice. This is really cool clay to practice this with. So you want to do it both on the right and the left side so that your clay looks even. Okay, so the goal of a coil is to make it so that you have an even coil. You don't have a skinny and then a thick end. You kind of make it even all the way across. So you can see all I'm doing is putting pressure on this and rubbing it on my hand, on my palm of my hand, and just rubbing it in there and then trying to make it kind of even. So you can see my coil now looks pretty even. So that's the goal. Once you have that, you can start your pot. So if you want to do a coil pot, here's an example. I'll just use my my white bottom here. I'll just make a white bottom this time. I'd probably make it a color. But you make the bottom of your pot, and you're gonna need to kind of make a pancake. Doesn't really matter that you wanna make it thick enough so that it's, you know, about like half a finger thickness, but you wanna have it, you know, somewhat thick on the bottom so that your coils can go around it and it has a nice firm ledge to stand on there. You can even kind of roll it, smush it down. This clay is pretty good to work with. So there you have your bottom and your pancake. Then you don't need slip, you don't need anything. It glues really nicely. It sticks to itself really nicely. So you take your coil that you've done and you just set it on there like so, and you can start going around and making your coil pot, okay? So I'll do another one here. And this is a nice thick one, so I'm gonna do it in half, make 2 coils. And these were already colored, so I'm gonna have purple and green. And you can even see, look how cool that is with some of that color in there. I just love that. Okay, and then what you do is you bring back your pot that's kind of started, and you're gonna go ahead and connect them like so, and you're gonna wrap them around like this, and they really do stick together nice. And it's really okay if they're not perfect together. You can kind of work with it, kind of work with your model magic, just like we do with our coil pots, and build on that. And if you want to kind of smooth that out, it really does work pretty good. You can't take water to it, but you'll have to like smooth it like so, like that. Okay, and then you just build another coil and build another coil, and you've got your coil pot. You can roll up little balls in there, and I love this clay because you can do that. You can do a little row of like balls so that it looks more textury and different, and then put a coil on top of it. Whatever you guys want. So it's your creativity. It sticks together really well. If you're not sure you like it with this clay, you can actually kind of pull it apart if it doesn't dry. So if you leave it there for more than 15 minutes, it's probably gonna dry. But if you don't, you can kind of pull it and undo it, and you can kind of play with it. Maybe you want a smaller pot. Maybe you're like, I don't want it that big, so you make a smaller pot. So, all right, guys, have fun with this. Can't wait to see what you do.